The Napoleonic Wars in 100 Facts by Jem Duducu. Read by Chapman. Dedicated to Ingy, Kathy, Alex and Delphi. This book so isn't you, but you get the dedication because you're all so important to me. Introduction. The war from 1914 to 1918 is sometimes called the Great War, but is far more often known as the First World War. This is odd because the whole world wasn't involved, and neither was the whole world fighting in the Second World War. What these two conflicts have in common were battles that occurred in far-flung places and mass destruction in Europe. So if these factors define World War, there may have been many more than just two. The wars that France fought after the French Revolution, which continued for about a quarter of a century and ended at Waterloo, are among the earliest world wars. Napoleon himself would fight on 3 continents, and Wellington fought on 2. As you will see, there was fighting in both North and South America, on a tempestuous Atlantic, in the shadows of the pyramids, and on the freezing steppes of Russia. This was an era when national borders were altered and political landscapes changed forever. Much like the more famous later world wars, the Napoleonic Wars also marked an end to many of the old ways. While the fighting was truly epic, so were the social changes in Britain and throughout Europe. Some of the institutions created in the Middle Ages had lasted into the Age of Enlightenment, but were finally moved into the pages of history with the close of this period. The eventual hard-won victory over Napoleon gave the British Empire further impetus to expand manufacturing, create new technologies, and become the first industrialized nation in the world. The topic then is broad, spanning decades and continents. You can find hundreds of books on these wars. Some manage to spin out just one battle into 400 pages, so a newcomer can feel a little daunted. This book is the antidote to that problem. In just 100 facts, you will get an overview of the most important people, battles, and events of this turbulent era. Because of the time span, titles often changed. Therefore, terms such as general are used for expediency. The person in question at any particular battle or event may have been, specifically, a marshal or a lieutenant colonel. But a broader point is that he was there in his capacity as a leader. It's also worth mentioning that exact numbers of troops or casualties are always up for debate. I tend to go for a reasonable average. In short, please remember that this book is a convenient summary of complex politics and countless battles. This period was partially covered in the British Empire in 100 Facts. However, this book provides considerably more information about these 25 key years in European history. If a topic was raised in...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?